What's going on, guys? My name is Yasta, and today I'm going to be doing a little thoughts video on each of the Harry Potter sets. Now, I was originally going to do one big thoughts video for all of them, but it would be like 40 minutes long, and so I just wanted to condense it down so it could be each individual video so you guys could hear my thoughts on each set, and you could skip around if you want to see a particular set, what my thoughts are. I'm going to be trying to release these over the course of today and tomorrow, so hopefully by the end of tomorrow I will have all of my thoughts on each set revealed, because I believe there were 6 sets revealed today. And we're going to be starting with the smallest one, which is the Room of Requirement. Now, this set's going to retail for $20 in the United States, where it will be releasing June 1st in the rest of the world, but not until August 1st in the United States. I believe they did a similar release pattern last year, unfortunately, but this is honestly kind of good for me because I get to save up money for my summer job before these sets come out, and I don't have to worry about buying them and reviewing them first in June. So that is good for me. This comes with 193 pieces, and let's start with the minifigures. So first we have a new variant of Harry, and then we also have Luna and Hermione inside of this set. So for our figures here, let's start with Hermione. She looks a little bit off in this render, I would say, but in the lease, she looks fine. I believe that is a brand new face print, and her hairpiece looks very similar to the one that she used around the 2010-2011 era, but I believe this is kind of a new sculpt of the piece where it's really based off of the original, but I don't think it is exactly the same, or it just looks a little bit different in this render. I'm not sure. For some reason, her face print kind of reminds me of one of CM4 size renders. It just kind of looks like his style and not Lego style. But in the renders, or sorry, not the renders, the leaks, it does look very similar to Lego style. So I don't know what's really going on with this render. Anyways, her torso print is just kind of the standard Gryffindor torso print. I believe we have gotten that before. But what I think is really cool about this set is that they could have easily given Harry and Hermione the same exact torso print, but Harry kind of has an open jacket type of thing where his tie is hanging out and you can see his undershirt a bit more, which is really cool. They could have just given them the same exact print, so I really appreciate that. And all 3 characters in this set now have tall black legs, which is very interesting because this is a year 6 set, I believe. Sorry, no, year 5 set, I believe. The Room of Requirement was year 5. But what's interesting here is that Luna is 1 year younger than Harry and Hermione, so she would have been a 4th year during the time of the set. And in the Goblet of Fire sets from last year, Harry and Hermione had medium legs, and Ron too. All the year 4s did. So are they trying to say Luna is abnormally tall? Who knows? Anyways, moving on to Luna, she does have the Ravenclaw torso there, and it looks really cool. Previously, the only way to get a Ravenclaw torso in this newer wave was through the Cho Chang collectible minifigure, so I think it's really cool that they made it more accessible, especially in a $20 set. I mean, Cho Chang was only $4, but still. She also has white sleeves, and she uses the same hairpiece, and I believe a very similar face print to the one inside of the collectible minifigure series. Also, in the collectible minifigure series, she uses the medium legs, and it's taking place in the same year because I believe in the beginning of Order of the Phoenix she was using the specs, and she had the Quibbler, which was shown in the collectible minifigure series, so she magically grew up in a couple of months, I guess, because this would take place a few months after the train station scene. Hairpiece is still awesome, and then Harry, there's not much going on with him here. He is using one of the classic hairpieces that they used for him in the Deathly Hallows kind of era, for the original sets, and he does have a new face print, I believe, or that could be the same as the one from the collectible minifigure series around year 4. I'm not sure there. All of his face prints kind of mesh together for me. They're not too unique from one another, and they're just all rocking their same wands as usual, so that's it for the minifigures. The first bit of the Room of Requirement that I wanted to point out was that on the left side, you have a little poster board or a bulletin board, and you have some newspaper clippings, and then on the top there's a picture of Cedric Diggory, and on the bottom there is a picture of the original Order of the Phoenix. Really cool nod to put in there by Lego, and I can really see Hagrid in there because he's taller than usual, and I'm sure if you look closer you can see each individual member. So the room is kind of hinged into two halves, and let's talk about the first half first. There's not too much going on here where you just kind of have a door, but what is interesting about this set, as you can see on both sides, there are actually Technic holes, so that implies that you can connect it to the rest of the Hogwarts setup, which now includes the astronomy tower as well, which is really cool. And it's really nice to see a smaller expansion, because previously the smallest expansion to the Hogwarts setup that you could get was $70, that being the Whomping Willow. Anyways, you have a little door here, and then you also have some really cool translucent blue pieces kind of on either side of the door, and the pillars are really well built up, and I love to see techniques like that in just a $20 set. You also get two Patronuses here, which is an otter and a bunny. Really cool to see both of those. They are in a similar style to the stag from last year, so you can kind of build up your Patronus collection now. And of course, the otter belonging to Hermione and the bunny belonging to Luna. So now you have Patronuses for all three of those characters. I understand why they didn't put the stag in the set. It just wouldn't really make sense, especially considering it came in a $20 set last year, and it would probably hike up the price like $5 more if they put in the stag. So I'm really not complaining about that, especially since that set is still on shelves too. On the right side, there's not as much going on either, but you do have a little bit of a Dementor build on wheels, which is really cool. He's using a brown hood piece, brown wand, brown torso, with a really neat print on it for kind of a target, so you can do kind of fake target practice on him. You can also see in the middle there are some hinges, so I assume you can move around this room just a little bit if you want to. And then, of course, you have the fireplace, which is very well built up. I am surprised by how well that's built up, considering, again, this is a $20 set. It's kind of blowing me away with how much detail is in this set. And then it looks like there's also a hinged piece above the fireplace. It could just be there for detail, but you always know with LEGO there's going to be some sort of action feature there. I can't really tell exactly what yet. You might be able to put the Dementor there and have him pop out. I'm not sure, though, because it looks like a 2x2 slit, and minifigures can't really fit in a 2x2 area unless you put them sideways. I don't know. I don't think that's what it's for, but we'll definitely see once the set comes out. And yeah, so that is it for the Room of Requirement. Now, what are my thoughts on this set? Now, I'm going to try to wrap things up quickly here because I really don't want this to be over 10 minutes, but I love the Room of Requirement set. It has to be my favorite $20 set for Harry Potter yet. Definitely better than the Grindelwald's Escape, and obscenely better than the Expecto Patronum set from last year. You get two Patronuses in the set, albeit small, and you get three minifigures, all of which are pretty standard, but also really good. The build of the set, I think, is totally fair for $20, and there is just an immense amount of detail that you don't really see in a $20 set from other themes, which really impresses me, honestly. Especially that little sticker right there with the bulletin board. That has to be the most impressive part of the set to me, honestly, is that they managed to fit that in. And there's not too much going on here. It looks like there's only going to be one play feature, which is the one over the fireplace, but what can you really expect from a $20 set? You're not really expecting like the most play featured set ever, and I'm really excited to add this to my Hogwarts collection and expand the Hogwarts castle even more. Really happy that we're going back to getting two expansions for Hogwarts this year instead of just one that we got last year. I mean, the clock tower was very good last year, but I'm just excited to have two again. Anyways, let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this set. Be sure to subscribe because I will be doing kind of thoughts/analysis videos on every other set of the wave, and I will see you guys soon. Yasta out.